I'm Manuel Lugo, and this is my take on Mexican dishes. And we got tortilla chips, guacamole, tomatillo salsa, tacos al pastor, y tacos de carne asada. The most important part of the whole process, because the marinade is actually supposed to be shown on this video. I used actually Joshua Weissman's al pastor recipe. For the al pastor marinade, you're gonna have 4 ancho chilies. You want to make sure that it's nice and dry. 5 guajillo chilies, nice and dry too. You want to remove the seeds. It takes some time. Next, what you want to do is you just want to throw them in some boiling water so they get soft. And then in the blender, grab your chilies again. Have the 3/4 cup of white vinegar, the cup of pineapple juice, the 3.5 teaspoons achiote paste, 2 teaspoons of ground cumin, 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, 3 tablespoons of salt, 10 cloves of garlic, 2 tablespoons of sugar. Blend that all together. Just make sure that when it comes out, it's like a smooth marinade. For the next step, you really want to make sure that your pork is nice and relaxed. In this case, I didn't really have a sharp knife, so I had to use a serrated knife. That being said, I went ahead and cut the cap off because no cap, we're not going to need it. Go ahead and take it off, put it to the side, do whatever you want to do with it. It's not going to be in this recipe. The next step is taking off that extra, like, you don't have to do this, but I did it. I took off a little bit, I trimmed off the excess fat that's in the pork because pork is already really fatty. I went ahead and took the bone out. Yeah. When you get down to cut and trimming it, you want to make sure that when you're slicing it, that there's no white film on it, because that's really going to be tough to chew when you're cooking it. But since we're slicing it thin, it's not really going to be a problem. So this is my take on carne asada. For the carne asada recipe, you want to make sure that you cut against the grain always. This just helps it be more tender. I usually cut it really thin anyway. On a cutting board, you want to make sure you just slice some onions, and then you want to finely chop some cilantro. And then in a bowl, get those little orange packets and just pour about 8 of them. It makes your meat taste so juicy. Put everything with the onions and the cilantro. You get your flank steak or your skirt steak and just throw it on there. Make sure you give it a nice twirl. Spank it for good luck. Crack some pepper on it. Okay? But always make sure the cap is on. Get some garlic. I usually add a touch of garlic afterwards. It's just I don't know. I guess it's just a mind thing. It just makes it taste better, in my opinion. Give it a nice twirl, and then we're gonna wrap it. We're gonna double bag it, and then just put it in the refrigerator. This is a really easy tomatillo salsa. It takes about 15 minutes, and it's freaking bomb. So you want to start with about 1.5 pounds or 12 tomatillos. Cut those. Put them in the air fryer or in the oven at about 350, just until they get like brown on the top and squishy. Because we're gonna put those in the blender. Cilantro. Chop some jalapeno. Take the stems off if you don't want them spicy. Keep them on if you want them spicy. Chop some onion. Make sure it's chopped nice and mild. And then in the blender, throw some garlic in there, the jalapenos, the onions, squeeze some lime juice in them, throw the tomatillos in there with the cilantro, give that a good blend, and it's ready. Go ahead and cover that up, and then put it in the refrigerator for a few hours. So this is my take on guacamole. The only reason I say that it's my take is because traditionally it's a little bit more chunkier. This one is a little bit more whipped and airy. So right here, you want to make sure that you remove the sticker. I made the sticker now. Cut the tip off out, and then just cut it in half. Make sure there's lime juice in the bowl before you chop your avocados, just so it makes the whipping process easier. Take the core out. There's a lot of lime juice in there too, you can see it. But keep in mind that this part is all in normal speed. I got really lazy, so I just chopped my onion in the chopper. I was tired of using that knife, but then I chopped my cilantro with the serrated knife, and then throw all those ingredients in a bowl. Add some salt as you go. Just make sure you don't oversalt it. Add some more lime juice. Just do what you gotta do. It's to your liking. You can play around with it. All right, and that's the final product right there. Airy and whipped guac. Cover it up and then just refrigerate it for a while. Go ahead and chop your tortilla chips 4 ways. Throw them in the air fryer if you want, oven, fryer, whatever. I put it in the air fryer, it comes out just as good. All right, the next step is, just get your fire going. I use lumpwood charcoal. It takes a minute to light up, but it's okay. Get your hands dirty a little bit, drink some beer, and just hang out. Once that's lit, start with an onion, build your way up, and then top it off with the pineapple. And then I just put it on the top, so where it slowly roasts. Put my carne asada on the top. Keep in mind, everyone's grill is different, so if you have more than this, very not smart way of cutting it, so you can just take it all out and just chop it up into pieces. It's a lot easier, trust me, you're saving so much more time. All right, so we made al pastor tacos right here. We cut it up. Carne asada, half of it fell. Guacamole, my way. Tomatillo salsa, and I made my own chips in the air fryer.